It's no surprise that travel is down this Thanksgiving, but many people are still hitting the roads, heading to places like the Coachella Valley. I spoke with Doug Shupe from the Automobile Club of Southern California for a closer look at the numbers and also some safety recommendations. Doug, it's great to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to see you again, Peter. Thanks for having me on.
Obviously, this Thanksgiving is going to be very different compared to years past. How is this going to affect travel?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is going to be a very different holiday. In fact, we are anticipating that the number of Southern Californians who will be traveling this week for Thanksgiving will be about 13.5% lower than the number of Southern Californians who traveled last Thanksgiving. What we're anticipating is seeing this is going to be the biggest drop in Thanksgiving travel since the 2008 recession, when Thanksgiving travel dropped 26%. The vast majority of people who choose to travel this week will be going by automobile. So here in Southern California, of the 3.9 million people taking a trip from Wednesday through Sunday of this week, 3.6 million will be traveling by automobile. About 269,000 will be flying somewhere. That's about a 47% decrease from last year. And then about 29,000 will take another mode of transportation, like a train or a bus. That's down 76% from last year. And part of that is because cruises are lumped into that other travel mode. And of course, they're not happening right now.
I'm curious, Doug, how does this Thanksgiving holiday compare to the slow summer season that we just had?
Well, we are anticipating that it might be right on par with what we saw for Memorial Day, 4th of July, maybe a little bit busier. The vast majority of those who choose to travel, about 92% here in Southern California, will travel by car and truck. And just like what we saw over the summer holidays, people are going to be looking for those socially distanced outdoor destinations. What is very different this year is, instead of spending time indoors with friends and family, a lot of people are going to be spending time with their own households and taking those road trips. And what we're hearing from our members is they're actually talking to the Auto Club travel agents about actually booking leisure travel to more remote, faraway places for 2021 and 2022. It looks like this year, for this holiday season, they're going to be sticking closer to home.
And for the folks who are traveling by car this year, what do they need to know before they hit the road?
I'm glad you asked that, because, just like you'd prepare for any trip, you really want to prepare for a road trip this year because of the pandemic. So some things that you want to pack, in addition to your clothing, of course, hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes. Make sure that you have masks for everybody in the family for each day that you travel. Also, have some plastic gloves. If you don't have plastic gloves, use something like a sandwich bag to provide that barrier between your hand and surfaces, like when you stop at a rest area and you're opening the doors or turning on the faucets, or even at the gas pumps, providing that barrier when you're filling up with your vehicle. And depending on how remote of an area you're going to, you might want to stop in your Auto Club branch and pick up your maps, because you just never know when you're going to not have cell service and not be able to find where you're going.
Can I just say I'm very impressed that you had something to show for each and every one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's important stuff to have. And so we just want to remind people, it's really important that people who do choose to travel know what the risks are and know how to minimize them.
You were right about that. Doug Shupe.
And one other thing, if I could mention real quickly, we have a great free resource for people to use. It's a website where you can go and find out what the COVID-19 restrictions are wherever you're traveling to. It's aaa.com/triptych. That's TRIPTIK. You can find a COVID-19 restrictions map right on that website, which will let you know the city, the county, and the statewide restrictions wherever you're heading to. Because it can be confusing because they vary so much.
You're right about that. All right. Doug Shupe, as always, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to see you, Peter. Happy Thanksgiving.